Hey guys, it's me Lax again, and I'm here with an interesting video. So the topic of today's video is the Pokemon philosophy of why you should never give up slash why you should always play your outs in order to win a game. So the TLDR is that uh, you would have this game and you're in a completely unfavorable position, and it doesn't seem like you're able to kind of do anything at all, anything to kind of win at all or claw back or have any chance of victory. And I'm going to show you today an example of why you should try to keep your mind like kind of fluid and consider every possibility. So this is a replay from my run in official ladder tournament, and as you will see soon, everything is going wrong. Slowking gets parried instantly. He has a Tinglu for my Slowking in the first place. He whirls out my Future Sight threat, brings back in Slowking. I have a Moltres that is completely walled by Toxapex, and he also has a Zapdos to punish it with a U-turn on static. So things aren't looking too grim, and he has Hazards on Tinglu that I'm only able to get rid of by going to my mouse hold and clicking tidy up. And mouse hold has to carry the item wide lens in order to hit its signature move population bomb, a 10 hit, very strong attack with 90% accuracy. So you need wide lens for that. And I have no switch into Great Tusk either, so I have to go Moltres here and get knocked. And if this is a Stealth Rock mon, or if T-Glue has Stealth Rock, then it's really not looking good at all. So my U-turn eventually does get punished. I go Wake, I go for Draco. Does a reasonable chunk, a lot of damage there, and that kind of makes me think maybe I can win with Wake here. So I go Moltres expecting something else to come in, and he goes Tinglu and does reveal that he has Stealth Rock, so I am forced to go to my mouse hold. Spikes isn't showing up, but I did take extra damage from Spikes there. So I go for a tidy up here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is my only way to break through, have any kind of damage at all. His Tinglu reveals Terra Ghost, and that makes my mouse hold completely useless. At this point, you're kind of in shambles. You're like, okay, there's literally no way I can win this game. He has counters for every single Pokemon I have. What can I do to win this game? So for most people, I think it's really easy to be in this kind of position and do slash forfeit or just kind of mess around, try to find any opening you can, but not really have a clear game plan in mind. So what I do here is I take a little bit of my timer and I think, okay, so that went terribly. What can I do to win this game? And I realized that my Tusk, my Great Tusk, is a booster energy plus speed bulk up set with Ice Spinner and Headlong Rush. This, and if you look at his team, Tusk can basically one shot everything except for Tinglu that has a Terra Ghost and has a Whirlwind. So it's not looking good, but this is when I realized that, okay, my game plan is I have to wear down this Tinglu for my Great Tusk. So I do everything I can to do that, starting with Garg. I eat an Earthquake, which does a lot. Go for Assault here. I get on my own rocks because he is no longer resisting rocks, so he's taking 12 from that. I go Moltres. Maybe I get lucky, can whisk something, but I just go for a Flamethrower. His Pex is very low, so it isn't able to take two Flamethrowers, so I go for again. Get paralyzed, that's fine. I'm just gonna try to get some chip for Tusk. Oh, okay, that's fine. I get paralyzed again. Is what it is. At this point, I want to throw this away later, so I go Garg, and I can eat that Shadow Ball with this ability. I go for a Recover here. I probably should have Salt Cured instantly, I think, because I let him get an extra 6% with leftovers, which could have mattered in the future, but it didn't. And at this point, I'm just trying to stall this thing out. He's making sure that he kills Garg, because Garg is the only way in his mind that I can claw back from this game. So he's just going for EQ. I actually switch in my Slowking, which doesn't have a lot of physical defense, into an Earthquake. And the reason I do this is because I want it to die. I want him to stay in and see a kill on it and go for Earthquake. So I sat Garg there. It dies to Earthquake. This Tinglu is very low at this point. I'm like, okay, you want another kill? I'm staying in again. And then I switch out, sack Moltres because I wanted to kind of repeat that process, have him take even more damage. So here I go Wake. I'm just like, okay, this guy's dying too. I'm just going to click Surf. Toxapex takes a lot. He's going to sack his Toxapex. And now he goes Dragapult. And Dragapult is looking like it's going to clean the rest of the game. From his POV, you see a low paralyzed, taking hazard Slowking, a great Tusk, and a weakened Walking Wake, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking fire off some Shadow Balls. I'm just gonna kill everything. So he goes to Shadow Ball. I stack Slowking here because I don't want to get Whirled again, if it's somehow like able to eat Earthquake at +1. I go to my Great Tusk, and here's where it begins. So here's where all my efforts in this game kind of come to fruition, right? So I go to Great Tusk because I missed the Flamethrower due to Paralyze Moltres. I am forced to Terra early, unfortunately, but that's fine. So I just go for an Ice Spinner here. I do think he should have gone Zapdos here, but he actually goes to his own Great Tusk here in order to get a close combat off, because he thought that I wasn't bulk up or something like that. So I kill that. Ice Spinner does more than enough at -1. Kill Zapdos because Zapdos are quite frail. In this previous meta, they always run like over 300 speed, which means that they have much less defense than maybe like a current Zapdos would have. But I think honestly, like Terra Ice might even killed it without the +1. But anyways, he goes to Kingambit here, and here he actually makes a good play. He goes to sack the Tinglu to the Headlong Rush to minus my defense, and also get him another fallen ally from his Supreme Overlord ability. He goes Kingambit, goes for Sucker Punch. This was a roll that was like actually like a little bit favored towards me, not much, but it was a little favored. And I'm able to eat the Sucker Punch from 5 Fallen and 0 defense, 0 plus defense, and Great Tusk is able to pull it out and win the game. So the general point of this video, like why I even made this video in the first place, is that Pokemon is the kind of game where you can always win. You can either hack somebody or you can like hope they like mess up on their own. Like he messed up a little, maybe not going to Zapdos first because if he got the paralyzed with static or he got a T-Wave off, then he surely won the game with his close combat Great Tusk. So the point of this video is kind of like if you play your outs, if you have a different way to win the game, if things go wrong, like if Wake is low, Mousehold runs into Terra Ghost, Tinglu, like all those things went completely wrong. Zapdos or Moltres got paralyzed a million times. All those things went wrong, and I was still able to find a way to win the game because I had a win condition in mind. I had some way to win the game, and a little bit of a mess up on his part as well. But you know, Pokemon is played by humans. It's human nature. It's not the biggest deal if you don't play perfectly in all your games. I know I obviously haven't in the past as well. So the moral of the story is never give up. Essentially, like always try to find a way to pull through, surprise your opponent, and come through. Like this was a 1v5 situation that Great Tusk pulled off. He had HP on most of his team, and you know the man is still able to pull through. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, and yeah, that's kind of the general idea. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for listening.